Desperate Situation by Crysisevens. When Thranduil opened his eyes slowly, he felt his senses peak instantly, knowing he wasn't in his room anymore. Indeed, this place was far larger and darker than where he lived. He felt a little lost, and then, after taking a look around, he guessed he was, unfortunately, in Smaug's lair. Obviously, he didn't know how he came here during his sleep. He wasn't weak, usually, as a good king of the elves in Mirkwood, but in front of an enormous monster with wings, he didn't have a chance to defend himself. He hated to admit it, but he felt his heartbeat speed up in fear. He already knew he was in danger. He tried to be as quiet as he could when he managed to stand up, but it wasn't enough because some gold pieces fell to the ground around him. He suddenly jumped when he heard a loud voice. "Awake already, elf?" Smaug grinned, looking down at him. "Surprised to be in my home, eh? I realize it was a little hard to persuade one of your elves to betray you, and then to bring you here." He caught the little elf with his claws and took him so close to his large head that Thranduil couldn't breathe anymore, greatly frightened by this situation. "And I'm planning to have fun with you, small weak thing." He laughed when he felt the Elven King's body shaking a little after his sentence. Then he put the elf on the floor. Just at this moment, the elf decided to try and escape and ran as fast as he could towards the big broken doors, taking some of the golden weapons with him in case he needed to defend himself from the fire-breather. He was near the entrance when he felt the dragon's hand grab his hair furiously, and he pulled him back violently, allowing him the chance to struggle. The Elven King's head was now marred by many cuts and lacerations, with blood flowing alarmingly. But despite the wounds hurting like the fires of Minas Morgul, he tried to focus, to not faint. "Don't try to get out of here, stupid thing!" the red creature cried out of rage. "I know your weaknesses, don't you know? Is it your desire to see all your people destroyed and crying amidst my flames? You who knows the wrath and ruin of dragon fire. Do you want to see your son? What is his name? Ah, yes, Legolas. Suffer beneath my rage. I can bind you soundly and let you watch your son die in agony. Is that what you want? No! Don't even touch one of my son's hairs, dragon, I beg you, and do not harm my people. Do whatever you want of me, but let them in peace," the elf pleaded. "You sadistic monster," he thought to himself. "Wise decision, Thranduil. What a good king and a good father you are," Smaug sneered, happy to play with his new resistant toy. Thranduil abandoned himself and closed his eyes out of resignation, knowing he was going to be subject of torture, but he didn't care. At least his people and Legolas would be safe thanks to his sacrifice, and even if he cursed the elf who had betrayed him, whoever they might be. He hoped with all his mind and heart that someone could save him, even if there was only one chance to be rescued. It would be enough.